Welcome to The Young, Bold, and Old. 3 generations, 1 conversation, a million lessons on life, love, and everything in between.
I'm Alenia. I'm in my 30s.
I'm Marche, and I'm in my 40s.
I'm Beth, and I'm in my 70s.
Ready to tackle your questions about life, work, kids, relationships, and whatever else you throw at us. No filters, no fluff, just laughs, stories, and a little too much honesty. Let's get real.
This is the Young,
The Bold,
And the Old.
Today's first topic is, what if you don't like his family, or what if he doesn't like your family? Yeah, like kind of, I guess, going in the sense of maybe thinking about marriage with this kind of question, or like, I guess even dating, like long term, I've been in that situation with my first marriage. So the first night that he brought me home to his mom, well, he lived with his mom. That should have been a red flag. But I still stayed 10.5 years. But his mom came home with groceries and we were pulling in at the same time. So obviously I'm like, I'm going to help. And he's like, hey, mom, he's like, this is my new girlfriend, Marche. She looked me up and down and she goes, you won't last long. That's what she said. Oh my God.
Who says that?
She's hated me. She hated me. Now that we have like been divorced for almost 12 years, now like we're really good. Like, yeah, it was so funny. But like,
you put up with her son for years?
Yeah, she blamed me. She said, so my ex is an alcoholic, and she told me one time that I was the reason why he drank. And I was like, he was an alcoholic and a meth head before I even met him. So he got clean from meth before we got together, but he's still an alcoholic. But I was like, he drank and was a full-blown alcoholic before, like, yeah.
It was done.
She's made comments before about my son, which is her grandson, but we were at like a local farm and they have a river. And I was like, Khalil, don't walk too close to the river. And she's like, yeah, because your mom would never jump in and save you it would ruin her hair. Yeah. And then hold on, I got one more story. Then the other time.
Your mom would never jump in and save you because it'd ruin her hair.
Ruin my hair to save my own son from the river. Yeah.
She makes...
And then the last one was, we were over at my brother and sister-in-law's house and I sat on the arm of the couch and it broke. And she goes, that's why people your size shouldn't sit on couches like that. And my brother-in-law was like, don't worry. He goes, it was actually broken inside. And he goes, and we just had it barely hanging on. He goes, it was not you. But these are the things like I had to endure. But I looked, it was horrible.
Fat ass.
Yeah, that's essentially what it was. But like, I had to endure that. But then I had to like remind myself, like, I'm in a relationship with him and not his family. Like, if they don't like me, that's their problem. And like, I still showed up at every family function and his mom would just say like little things. And he was a mama's and he was a mama's boy. So like I couldn't like really say anything. And he never believed me about his mom. I'd be like, oh my gosh, like, do you know what your mom just said? And he'd be like, my mom never. And I'm like, okay. So I just kind of just kept my mouth shut. But I was in a relationship with him. I didn't see her super often. And, now that we're not together, like I said, she understands because he's back living at home. And she now understands the struggle that I went through for 10 years. And
so
now,
funny.
like, yeah, she talks to me now. And like, we're not that we're friends, but like we see each other and like she's super nice. And she made stuff for my daughter, which has no relation to her.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I don't know. I think it's okay because you're not in a relationship with that person. So who cares if they like your family or if your family likes them or doesn't or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think?
I don't think it should be something that would break the relationship up. It could, though.
Absolutely.
If you wasn't as forgiving as you was with your...
I had choice words to say. I just kept them to myself.
I was lucky and I liked all my in-laws.
Yeah.
I got along very well with them. In fact, they like me better than him.
They're still part of that family.
Yeah.
That side of the family.
Still get invited to everything.
Yeah.
Long after you've been divorced.
Yeah. That's funny. What do you think?
Yeah, even with me, they'll be like, how's Beth? They just, yeah.
Yeah.
I think, well, my in-laws are in a different country. We're separated by thousands of miles. So I think more it's like from a biblical perspective, a man is supposed to leave his parents and be one with his wife. And
Right.
So it's supposed to biblically be that your wife is first before anybody else. It's supposed to be God, your wife,
Children,
your
and then-
children. and then everyone are even around you.
Mhm.
And so I do think that there are a lot of kind of funny, awkward, and even like uncomfortable situations with like the mother-son relationship.
It definitely can be weird for sure.
Where that maybe like boundaries, like I always hear about like the overbearing mother-in-law.
Mother.
And I don't have, my mother-in-law is really, she's just so relaxed and she's so sweet. And we kind of, I mean, we're in different countries. So she's not like, I think she she might just like show up if she lived here. She'd probably just show up and then maybe we'd have problems. So I don't have the same problems that some people have.
But would that be like a
She's super sweet though.
deal killer? Like, let's say like Lotto was like, I cannot stand your family at all. Like, would you be like, oh, that's kind of like a make or break for me? Like, if you guys were still dating.
I think so. I'm trying to say this like so my husband and they'll get along pretty good. Like he gets along with everybody, but I wouldn't say that like he gets along. Like I see a lot of relationships where I see them like, oh, like my dad and my husband are like best friends and they go on trips. Like I don't think that there's not any super negative feelings, but it's not like he's really close with anybody in my family and I'm not really close with anyone in his family. I think we're just kind of
we live our lives together and we see the other one, the family when there's a get together.
Sometimes get a tinge of, it does bring up things in me when I see these relationships of like just how much, like you even like my sister just recently got married and the toast, it didn't make me jealous, but it kind of made me, I'm like, I kind of wonder why, if life was that way, if my husband's relationship with my family was that close or that good. Because like my sister's husband's awesome. He's such a cool dude. And he and my dad just get along so well. I mean, like he's a city guy. Both of my dad's daughters married city boys, which is really funny because, I mean, my sister's kind of a city girl though. I think my dad's kind of, he's like, why didn't my daughters marry someone more like me? Or like more, which, because my husband and me almost have nothing in common. I really don't know what we have in common besides our daughter. No, but like we love each other. But so it's kind of funny because I think it's also hard sometimes for dads and moms to get along with kids if they don't have a lot in common. And so, not that we get along fine at parties and we have some funny memories and stuff. But it's not like they're calling each other or hanging out with each other. Close.
See, that's how like you and I are. We're we do
super close.
Yeah, we do everything together. But I didn't have that with my last marriage, And so like, you come over and we just hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, yeah.
I do feel sometimes sad about that.
I could see that because I mean, I never had that before. And I would always see like people with those types of relationships. I'm like, how would it be where like your in-law doesn't hate you? So like, it's nice to like have that. But, kind of something along the lines, but a little bit different is when Aaron and I were first married, he would always call like on his way home from work, he would call me and then it'd be like 5-10 minute conversation. Like, hey, how was your day? Like I'm on my way home. He'd call your mom. And then he would call your sister or his sister, your mom. And I was like really jealous of that relationship because I didn't have that type of relationship like with my family. I still don't.
Call everybody on
I don't. To talk to your mom and your sister every single day was weird. They don't anymore, but they used to. And so I just always, and I was like,
talk to anybody every day.
No. Yeah. But like, it kind of like, I had this jealousy because I was just like, what do you have to talk about with your mom and your sister every day? And like, are you trying to get me off the phone so you can call them? Like, And so like, it was something that I had to get over. And that's because of my own, like, just closeness with that family. But like, I even still look at the family and I'm like, you guys are all so close. Like, I've never really had that.
Back to that, because it's true. It should be, there is something like, even with my brothers or my sisters, if they called me before they called their wife, I'd be like, why are you calling me, dude? Like, go call your wife.
Right.
And then call me.
Right. Well, and I would always be like the first phone call.
Yeah,
but it's like, I don't know. It was
that. It would.
Yeah. It was just so weird. You know what I mean? Like to like talk to them every day. And like me and my brothers were like
be the only one that he wanted to talk to.
Yeah. But like me and my brothers, because I have 2 brothers, and we would just like, we see each other on holidays and it's birthday and we're like, we text and happy birthday. And that's it. And like, both my brothers have children. And so, my children get together with his children. Like, honestly, I feel like that's why we talk more these days because of that. And if it wasn't for that, like a completely different topic is my relationship with my dad. Like I really don't even talk to him anymore. And then my mom, like I feel like I talk to her more now as I'm older than when I was younger. But, it was just so, but kind of to get back to the
Like the closest of just wanting to hang out.
yeah, you guys have like you guys are like, what are you doing? It's like Friday night, and I was like, I'm sitting here by myself, and they're like, let's get together. What? Like, yeah. So I've just never experienced that. But for me, to back to the original question, like I could care less if my significant other liked my family, and and if I didn't like his family, that's not why I'm in that relationship. I'm in it for them.
I think it's something that you both have to be okay with too, and you have to realize that before you say I do and get married.
Yeah.
You have to, because if it's something that you're not okay with and then you expect it to change after you get married,
that's true.
Yeah, and it won't. It doesn't. Yeah.
I think if I told Aaron that I didn't like you, his mom, before we got married, I don't think he would have married me. I think you're a pretty hard stop for him.
Yeah. Really?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I could see him being like, nope, she's not the one. Like you love my mom or you love nobody.
You love grandma.
Right. Yeah.
But no, but I think a lot of people go into it with that mindset too. And I know sometimes you have rose-colored glasses when you're dating, so things don't bother you. And then after time, as you date more, as you get married, and things kind of start to get real, or then things that maybe just bugged you a little bit before become really hard wedges.
Yeah.
And so, I know, and even when you add kids too, it changes, because I know, postpartum was really hard for me as far as I didn't want people just coming in all the time.
Yep.
And okay, I'll give one example. And so I had postpartum is just hard.
Yes.
I think, and I think it makes me a little bit, I'm really sensitive. I'm really ornery. I've never been more happy, but I just want to be left alone, kind of is how I am.
Yeah.
And so his mom had it. So she works as an admin for the school district in Mexico. And in Mexico, they don't have the same vacations that we have in the United States. It's very different. They don't get a lot of vacation. The pay isn't really good. So for her to come out is a really big deal. And she only has one vacation. So she's got to take advantage of this window of vacation. And she's lucky that she works for the school district, because most people don't. There, it's you're lucky if you get a week of vacation.
Right.
They just work them. But she works for the school district, so she gets the month of July off, which is a really big deal. So and my daughter was born May 28th. And so, it was July. So she came anyway. So we were planning her trip for July, but I was really apprehensive about it because I didn't want to have to
entertain her
and have people over in my space. I wanted my privacy. And she's a really sweet, I don't have anything, we don't have any real conflict, but it kind of created conflict because the end of the story, long story short, it was kind of my mom's coming or else, and I conceded because I wanted her to see her grandbaby and everything. And, but she came up, but I really had a hard time with her she ended up living with us for 3 weeks, and easy. I was I just wanted my privacy. And even that it wasn't a big deal now, everything's fine. But at the time when you're hormonal postpartum, it made me feel like my husband wasn't picking me. He was kind of the needs of my mom comes before your needs. And it's I just pushed out your baby.
Right.
I don't care what. So, and it comes down to boundaries too. All of us need to work on
setting our
boundaries. And I'm okay with my decision. I think if I truly, truly, truly wasn't okay with it, because I did see the need for her to come see her grandbaby, and that's the only time she's been able to come out.
Oh wow. So, okay. So it was a really, really big deal for her.
Yeah. But it's still, I can see how, if I think for me, it would be a deal breaker, and I would either get a divorce or not marry someone if I saw that they constantly picked their mom over me. I would not put up with that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it kind of just depends in the situation. Cause like I said, my ex, he never believed anything that I said. I'm yeah. And for me, I was just whatever, it is what it is. It's not I'm never going to change that. And unless if I can catch his mom in the act, with a recording and I show you, he probably still would deny it. But in a sense, I was just whatever, I don't know. It made me feel he was always choosing his mom, or he made me feel I was a liar, But But I don't know. I lacked boundaries, but I also said before in our previous podcast that, it was a emotional, physical, mental abusive relationship. So for me, it probably honestly came down to not having boundaries and going through that. And so for him to not pick me in my mind was like, well, this is what I chose. So I guess this is what I have to deal with.
Part of that abusive situation.
Right. Yeah. So I think now, being in my 40s and having a different relationship and stuff, I still stand by if my significant other still didn't like my family, I don't really think it would bother me because I don't care. Like your opinion of somebody else is not my opinion of that person. And so I don't care if you like him. Now, if you just sat there and just talk shit about him the whole time, well, that's a different story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to allow that. But if you're like, oh, I don't really like this person, I'm like, okay, well, that's your choice. That's what you decide. I'm not going to I'm not going to stop my love for that person because they just don't like my brother or they don't like my dad or, you know what I mean? Or whatever. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't think I would break up with anyone if my family didn't like them. I've never been in that situation. So, or maybe they just never told me
They didn't like him.
to my face.
Your family's so chill, though. You have like the sweetest little family. I don't see him. Yeah, well, I'm sure they all have their stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
All right.
I do think, I think the deal breaker would be if it crossed over to like a tough relationship or abuse.
Yeah. Or you can't like see.
You can't see your family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think obviously as long as you have healthy boundaries that are in place, like I don't think, or if it's a constant fight too, if you're like, if the person's just like, oh, well, I don't really like your sister and you guys are constantly fighting about it, that's a red flag. You don't have to remind me every day that you don't like my sister. Or if maybe you're having a phone conversation and you're like, is that your sister on the phone? And you're like, yeah. And then the, significant other rolls her eyes. Oh, I can't stand yours. Like that would be an everyday, like if that was an all the time thing, that would be annoying. And I think that would be a boundary that I would be like, okay, we're not doing this anymore. And I couldn't handle it if it continued.
And I think it kind of gets into if it's not abuse and it's just a conflict that you guys are having, because all relationships have ongoing conflict.
Absolutely.
There's gridlock conflict that every single marriage or relationship has. That's always going to be something that you grapple with, whether that's like doesn't like your brother or one's a spender and one's a saver, or there's long term and you guys find a solution or you find ways to continue the relationship if it's not something that's an absolute deal breaker for you. Like in this example, it's just don't like a family member, don't like your family. I think that there's different options, because I know when we were in therapy that we were given, basically there was a gridlock conflict and she was like, you need to pray about it. So if you can't, you've got to give it to God sometimes, because there's certain things it's like, okay, if I'm going to respond to this as me, I'm going to get a divorce because I'm done with it, or I'm mad, or I'm going to respond in anger. So like pray about it, give it to God if it's something that you're tired of nagging your spouse about or tired of conflict about. And then, but still set a boundary. I do think you can be like, hey, I don't like having to hear every day that you don't like my brother. I get it. Like, it's okay. But if it's, because I think if it gets to the point where that's abuse at that point, if you're having to hear about something every day.
All the time. Yeah.
Then, yeah. So I think figuring out where the line of.
Where you draw your line in the sand.
Where your boundaries are. And yeah, because it's actually, I was reading this the other day. And I'm reading a book called Boundaries right now.
Oh.
And it's a biblical, it's like, shout out. It's a really great book. I'll have to grab it and we'll have to put it in the show notes. But it has different scenarios between family members, in-laws. It's great, I love it. It's such a good book. Business boundaries, work, everything. But it's from a biblical perspective too.
Okay.
But it's by licensed therapists. And so it's got
I like that.
Concrete methods to deal with it. But it also, anyway.
Yeah, we'll put it in the notes because that sounds like something like a really awesome book.
Because it was talking about how it is biblical to have boundaries. I think there's a lot of people that think like, oh, but you're a Christian, you're supposed to just say yes to everything. Okay, but we're not doormats just because we're Christians. Like, we have to take care of ourselves and be able to be healthy and happy so that we can function in the world and pour into other people.
Right. Absolutely. No, I agree. All right. Well, should we move on to topic number 2?
Yes.
All right. What is a pet peeve of yours in a relationship?
You guys.
I can go first. Like, I have so many. Aaron cannot put things away. So he'll go to the fridge and he'll take out, like, let's say he's making a protein shake. And so he'll take out the milk and, it gets in the freezer.
Milk.
Yeah.
Actually, it's milk.
He's really good about putting stuff back in the freezer. But so he'll get out, that stuff from the fridge, and then he'll get out the protein powder from the pantry and all that kind of stuff. And then he leaves everything on the counter. And I'm like, why? And like sometimes like the milk has gone bad because like we do like the cashew milk and stuff. And like he'll leave it out and like I'll wake up the next day and it's just still out. And I'm like, well, now we have to throw that away. And it's more expensive than like the real kind, And it's everything. Coffee creamer. Sometimes I come down in the morning because he gets up at like 3:00 in the morning and I don't get up until 6:30. And so the coffee creamer will be sitting out for like 3 hours.
Have you told him to?
So many times. He's well aware. It's almost been 12 years. He is well aware of this problem. He has no desire to fix this problem. But like the coffee creamer is warm. It's gross.
I think he got that habit from his dad.
It's called ADHD, and unfortunately, the Blairs passed along good looks and really messed up brains.
But you know what? You can turn around and still see everything on the counter. I'm sorry, ADD or not.
Yeah, I think it's because our brains, I know because I have it. It's like we're already on to the next thing. We need to retrain our brains to finish the task.
You go and sit on the couch. Where our couch is to the kitchen, you can see it.
Yeah, you don't have a big, it's like from here to there.
So that's not an excuse.
It's a pretty deeply ingrained habit that he's done for 10 years.
So bad. So bad. Do you have any?
Boy, do I. I feel like it's funny because, okay, yes, and this is every day. Okay, I have a lot, but it's, okay. We're in a battle. I don't know why, but he likes to keep the pantry door open. So every time I walk by, I close it. And every time I go out, it's opened and he opens it and I close it. I don't know why. I don't know why he likes to keep that door open.
Why do you like to keep it closed? I know, I agree. Yeah, no, I get it.
That's the point of doors. Hide it in there. It's the dang door.
I always close all the doors.
Did you ever ask him?
Yeah, he's just like, I just like to keep it open. He didn't have really, I don't remember what he said. I don't remember.
Did you ever ask him to keep it closed?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think same thing.
It just registered. Right?
Yeah.
What about your mom? Any pet peeves that you can remember?
Probably the same thing, not putting away stuff where it goes.
Mhm.
Everything has its spot. Just put it where it goes. Everything. Yeah, he never did that, ever.
It's just, things go to waste. That's the problem that I have with it.
Even tools and everything, it's like he'd never put the tools away in the garage or in their spot, so we'd always end up with multiple.
Because he has to go buy more.
Yeah.
Oh, Aaron, this is where Aaron gets it. We're now finding the deep root cause of this issue.
I mean, we knew that's what it was.
Like, it seriously is, because like he'll be like, hey, have you seen this? And I'm like, oh yeah, it's over on the hall closet on the shelf, the left-hand side, like second shelf down. And he's like, it's not there. And it's because he did not put it back where it went. And so, yeah, so we can't find it. So we have to buy another one. And as soon as we buy another one, we find the original. Yeah.
I just thought of another one since and I'm not trying to out my spouse like this on the podcast, but his hair's everywhere. He doesn't clean. So we cut his hair at home and I'm like, I will cut your hair, but you need to clean it up out of the floor. I find his hair everywhere because he doesn't clean it up. Well, and then same with his, like when he's
The nose. Huh?
he'll just leave them. And
Leave it
that's
in the
horrible.
sink.
and then sometimes I ask him if he spits and just kind of just goes when he brushes. I think sometimes he takes the toothpaste and just goes
All
and
over.
puts it on the sun. I don't know how it gets.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I need to put a camera in the bathroom just to see how he brushes his teeth because I swear this is what he does. It's amazing.
I have to admit to this. I always thought it was my boyfriend was spit on the mirror, and I always blamed him. Oh, and he'd always say, it's not me. And then, well, we're not together anymore. He passed away. And then I noticed that was still on the mirror. Blaming him.
Hilarious. That is so
Was it you,
funny.
Mom?
That's hilarious.
It was me. Sorry.
I remember that when you were, so we were living together at the
Mhm.
time still. And I remember you one day in the morning, you're like, it was me that,
To make the mess of it.
you know, get mad at us.
It's funny. Aaron leaves his nicotine pouches. He leaves them everywhere, all over the house. Counter. We have like a little tray that sits on our ottoman in front of the couch. You put like your drinks in it and stuff.
Yeah.
And like I find them just in there on the arm of the couch. I'm like, why can't you just throw it away? Like, I just don't understand.
Lauro, the retainer that comes in a little package, the little tablets that he
Oh,
the retainer in a night. He won't throw the retainer. He'll take the pill out and then he'll put the empty, and the drawer will fill up with his empty tablet packets. So I open the drawer and it's just, I have to throw away all these tablet packets.
Oh, that would be annoying. Do you have a garbage in your bathroom?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But
There's no excuse for it. Yeah. I'm pretty sure, like, there's two actually that I can call out that, like, Aaron would probably say about me. One, I have a laundry mountain of clean clothes.
same.
I don't fold my clothes. I don't put them away. Maybe once a month I might. He now does his own laundry and, like, puts his clothes away because he could not handle it anymore. And I was like, that's fine. I don't care.
Hey, it's working.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And then the other is my hair when I shower. Like, I lose so much hair. I'm surprised I'm not bald, but I just take it and I put it on the side of the shower. And so we came to a compromise, and he's like, hey, you can't put it all walls. He goes, choose one wall and then you could put your hair. And so, like, once a week at the end of the week, I'll go and, like, I have like this big giant ball of hair that I'll just throw away. But, like,
see your hair all over.
no, I've done that since I was, like, little. Like, it's, you know,
I wouldn't even have thought of putting it on the.
yeah, I'm just like, I pull my hair and I'm like, oh, and then I just stick it on the
Just to get after the sheets.
I let mine go down the drain.
Yeah, I let mine go down the drain.
But see, mine doesn't.
That's probably not good either.
No, I clog my shower drains
But I
because
do have
mine
to
does go
undo
down.
it. I have a little drain pick that I.
But I also have such, like, thick hair that, like, it does go down the drain. But then I also have, like, a ton that still, like, comes out.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
These are little things they do.
Right?
And I think everyone should put their pet peeves of your spouse in the comments.
Oh, yeah.
And send in your
Hear
your
about
pet
it.
peeves or
Theirs.
what you think your spouse would
Think
say
of,
to
of
you.
yours. Oh, I want to see them.
I know.
I want to be like, oh, yeah, Aaron does that.
I think we would all be surprised.
How often our spouses are actually doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's hilarious.
People are like just our habits, all our little funky habits that
Right.
we do.
I think so. Yep. All right. Yeah.
Well, thanks for listening, guys. Be sure to follow us on YouTube, Insta, TikTok. We are the Young, Bold, and Old. Make sure to hit subscribe and follow us on wherever you listen to your podcasts so you don't miss an episode. Be sure to DM us your questions, your pet peeves, or what you think your spouse's pet peeve would be about you on our socials, or send it to theyoungboldandold@gmail.com. Thanks.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.